Looks like Air 1 might be flying over here. And we are definitely not by the Tinker Diagonal. Not sure why. We have lost our updated location. It still says that it's doing it, so don't know why. We'll put the phone up there, maybe it will change that. Hello Aaron, hello J.D. Williams. Thank you guys. Figured that I would just do a little live stream on our way down there, or visit, talk about weather, whatever anybody wants to chat. Just opened it up for whatever the case. Aaron says, yes, it is OKCPD. Yeah, I imagine so, because this is a 55 mile per hour zone, construction zone, and I bet they control it pretty heavily over here. So, yep, headed to Texarkana. They've had this under construction for a long time. So, but it's needed it. We've rode motorcycles over here before, and boy, I'll tell you what, you better have been on your toes, because if not, it could have ended up in a really bad situation. So they had some serious chug holes. We came over one time to the lake, and yeah, it was bad. And we've got some more over by Shawnee, if I'm not mistaken. Says that we're on the Veterans Memorial Highway now, which is correct. So things are working smooth. I'm thankful that we actually have that up and running now, and so people will know where we are, almost pinpoint exact location. So sometimes if we stop for just a little while, it may say that we're facing south, but we might be actually looking west or whatever. So, but like today, whenever I was taking those lightning pictures, it had me I was facing west, and it had me said that I was facing south. So, but we'll take what we can get, and that's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. So, I thought that I would add the date, especially on video, you know, if we would get on a good storm and it would produce, then we also have a date stamp there as well. So, wow. Okay, so this guy has got to move. We're back up to road speeds, and they're still doing 60 miles an hour. We're like, what is that, lady? I ain't got time for that. Sweet Georgia Brown. Hello, Cody Knox. Welcome to the live stream, sir. As you can tell, we have all of the date and all of the temperatures, the direction, all that stuff up and rolling. If we'd only known. Special thanks goes out to Jordan McGee for helping me get this thing all figured out. And Aaron Spencer. And Cody Knox. Right? Ain't nobody got time for that. So, with all hopes and aspirations, I'll be able to drive all the way to Texarkana on one tank of gas. Yeah, well, if you wanted to take and develop a widget on your own, yeah, pain. However, they made it really simple, and did not realize that that's what we needed to do. And my nephew was the one that pointed it out, and he was like, man, dude, we've been sitting banging our heads against the wall for a couple of days now, and literally all we had to do is click on that box and copy that link. So I felt pretty silly about the whole situation. I will say this, that concerning OBS versus Prism, I don't know how Prism operates as far as where it pulls its data from or sends the data to, for that fact. You know, if you set up OBS, it gives you Dallas or Los Angeles or whatever else. And I think that Prism has kind of alleviated all of those things and made it simple in the fact that it just picks it for you. And maybe it goes off of your location, I don't know, but so far I really like the platform. And the fact that you don't have to pay for a service to stream to other sources, i.e. Twitch or something like that. Yep. Yeah, it's very helpful. Like I said, I was using Restream to get my stuff out to other platforms, and it would never update the stream title, even going in and taking and doing it manually. For some reason, it would never update it, and that was aggravating because I'd have to go back in and re-edit my videos after I live stream, and I was always constantly explaining to the people about it. And so, yeah, Aaron tried to get me to go to this a long time ago, but I'll be the first to admit I am hard-headed. I would like to take and put the time on there, but me and Aaron figured out yesterday that even though it gives you the correct time on the app, whenever you go in to take and copy and paste the link, whenever you take and you put it on your website, it's an hour ahead of schedule. It's on Eastern time. And so, what? He told you that he tried to get me to go to prison and I wouldn't do it, or that I was a hardhead? JHH, hello. Yeah, I've used SNAS before. I don't like, for one, I want to try and keep my CPU usage down as much as possible. And with anything, obviously, that runs in the background, then it's taking memory from your computer. And so, welcome to the chat, JAH, or JHH. Awesome, thank you. Be sure to hit that notification bell too. Appreciate you. All the subs. All of the subs. We're trying to get to 500. We are somewhere in the range of 280s now. Every little bit helps.
Continue on to I-40 East.
Let's see what we got here. Nice. The bell is on. So yeah, headed to Texarkana. I was asked by a pastor over there to come down for the next 2 weeks in a row. He had to be out of country, and so I'll be preaching over there. And so looks like that we probably will be driving back, maybe in storms tomorrow, as we make our way back home. And so we'll have to see what happens with that. We were out this morning capturing some lightning, and man, I'm telling you, it was vivid, hot bolts of lightning that was coming out. Not only anvil crawlers, but it was also just real hot CG bolts, what we call branch chain bolts, lightning bolts. So there were fingers all over it. Let's see what we got here in this road. Looks like maybe somebody just broke down. Thought we might have had an accident there. Wow. Yeah, but that's all right. I like the live streaming. I like to chase, but I have a responsibility, and that's one thing that I will never put before anything else. Whoa. So, on that subject, I don't know if you guys just noticed what happened, but if you use the lane assist or lane departure assist on some vehicles, like whenever they're doing the road construction and they have made, they have made road corrections, sometimes your car wants to take and follow that. And so that's why they don't want you to have your hands off the steering wheel, because it might take you into one of those barriers. And we are we're not nearly, we are at a standstill going eastbound on I-30 or I-40. I would almost guarantee that it's because people are taking and trying to merge at the very last minute, even though the sign says merge and take turns. My grandson is knocked out in the back seat. So bad that he is drooling down his chin. One thing that I did do on the live stream, even though it shows that there are some drop frames, I changed it from 30 frames per second to 29.97. And so I think that may have helped things a little bit. I remember a long time ago, whenever I was streaming all of the time, I had it set on 29.97, and it was very consistent. And so that's one thing. Got to take and get that inverter figured out. It needs to be hardwired. I've not lifted up to find out if there's anywhere where I can plug it into the back of the car. A lot of the car makers now are taking and putting the batteries in the back for safety reasons. And so I have not lifted up the decking there in the back to see if that's the case. And so sometimes they'll even put like jump posts there as well. And if that's the fact, then that would work out superbly. So, since I no longer have to tell you where I'm at, that takes away some of the conversation. But that's okay, because we can always think of other things. Those wavy clouds are a system that moved through earlier this morning and now is exiting in southeast Oklahoma. I noticed back behind us, and I might just because, let me take and do that. I will put the weather on there just so that you all will see, and it appears perhaps that there is a mesoscale discussion out. I think that we'd already covered that. We'll put that into motion to see if it goes away. It does not. Let's see what it says. Peak tornado intensity 85 to 115 mile per hour. Peak wind gust 55 to 70. Peak hail size is 1.5 to 2.5 inches. Expires in 1 hour. Western and southwest Oklahoma, and is saying that the watch is unlikely. 20% watch issuance. But it did say that later on, and model data will confirm that storms will re-intensify into the early morning hours, actually starting around 10 o'clock. And there's going to be some cells that pop up in north central Oklahoma that's probably going to have some really decent lightning on them and probably produce some hail. North of Logan County and also Kingfisher County, up around Enid in that area. Then those go away, and then the second wave develops about 4 in the morning. That's going to be for Grant and Kay, Osage, Call, all of that, and this is going to be a big system that is going to move almost due south according to the model data, and it will affect a large portion of Oklahoma. So y'all be prepared early in the morning to get at least severe thunderstorm warnings going on, and maybe even potentially a tornado warning, because there is a 2% tornado risk, and it basically covers the whole entire center part of Oklahoma. So, that will be something that everybody will want to take and pay attention to. Have your phones charged up. Have you a safe place already planned out in case you do have to go to shelter. Even if it's large hail and high winds, that can be very destructive as well. Anybody that's lived in Oklahoma knows that. I don't have to beat that drum, but just saying. Don't have to beat that drum, but just saying. So, we do have people on. Let's talk about something. This is a chat trip. If this will change over. Trooper Nicholas Drees Memorial Highway. We'll see if it changes. Been pretty on the spot with the location. So would not be surprised if it doesn't come over and say that here in a second. Hope everybody likes the format that we're running now with the live stream. So I am going to do something here real fast because we're pulling off of Cody, are y'all still on here? The last thing that I see you said was you're going to miss tonight's events. Anybody got any big Saturday night plans? How's everybody doing? We are near Earlsboro, Oklahoma. Can't talk. On I-40 headed eastbound. At what point we will catch the Indian Nations Turnpike and head southeast. As I said earlier, this is an open chat, so y'all want to visit as we drive, chat it up. Let's do it. Seminole. I bet you that guy's going to Memphis. Big old FedEx hub over there. Give me 1 second here. Huh? I'm not on live chase. I'm just road trip chatting. Why is that? Oh, okay. You guys still having your dinner? No. I mean, I'm at Seminole, but I'll be taking getting off on the Indian Nations and heading southeast. Yeah. No, I have to go preach tomorrow. I am at Seminole, and I have to go to Texarkana. I have to preach tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Texarkana, Arkansas. Yep. Says I'll be there by 7:46 to the hotel. So, yep, 5.5 hours actually. So, yeah, I believe they do. That's good. Yeah. Let's see. I was gonna say, you got a full belly and you're ready to roll. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big storm. There's gonna be another one. There's gonna be another one that comes through early in the morning, so be ready. You'll be it'll be too late for you to get up and go after it because it's going to be about 4 o'clock in the morning, and so well, yeah, but you have the Lord's Day tomorrow, and you need to be fresh for that. So. Yeah. 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 I got some pretty decent, not on my camera, but I got some pretty decent shots on my video from this morning. I got up at like 5:45 because I heard the thunder, and I was like, well, we'll go out a little bit. And it wasn't very far away. It was over by Kingfisher and Okarche, but man, howdy, that lightning was extreme. So it was both intra-cloud, yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me now? My brother, we We always call each other probably 4 or 5 times a day. And so, checking on each other, see what we're up to, all different kinds of events. A little bit of a data glitch there. Passing by that cell tower, which is interesting. But no, also helps the trip go by just a little bit faster. Coming up on Lake Eufaula here in just a few minutes, and I bet you that thing is full to the brim. We've got a lot of water, a lot of rain, and so you guys will be able to see it here before very long. We've got a ways to go yet, but I think there was a saying a long time ago about a cat that got his tail caught in a rocking chair, and I believe the statement was, well, it won't be long now. So degrees over here still, even after the rain came through. Tato, Tate, wake up. Don't be sleeping a whole lot. You won't sleep tonight. Tate, wake up, mister. Wake up, dude. You're all comfortable back there in that seat, man. You got your blanket pulled up. Don't fall asleep again. Let's see what we got here. We're still streaming. Noticed. That's what I thought. And the reason that we're not publishing any locations is because we were in SOS mode. There we go. Now we should update on our location. I was wondering why it was stuck on the Seminole, because we are a long ways away from that. That's better. Okay. That's better, better. Don't go to sleep, mister. He's not listening to me. He's a tired dog. Tired dog. Actually, we won't make it to Lakeview Fall. I apologize for that. Because we'll be turning to the south before we get there. However, we will be driving through some very pretty countryside. So hopefully, you guys will come back. At least enjoy the scenery. Looks like maybe that they had Starlink on their van, but it looks like some kind of air conditioning vent. They are doing a lot of work on I-40. Lots of work. Tato. Tate, wake up. No, you're not. You was asleep. Wake up, Bubba. Because you won't want to sleep tonight. Set up. Huh? You were what? Don't go back to sleep. Because you won't want to sleep tonight. Alright? Are you thirsty? Alright, well maybe when we get over here on the turnpike we'll get us something to drink. So, yep, like I said, I opened this up for open chat. So if you guys got anything you want to talk about, I'm willing to talk about it. So. Looks like we may have dropped some frames back there, but that's to be expected. There are some spots, even with network satellite, that it seems to be that the cell towers maybe has some interference with that. I don't know if that's the case, but coming up on the town of Okima. Is that a car like Mommy's? It is. So, well, not much chatting going on, and since there's not, I'll probably just go ahead and shut the live stream off rather than burning up data. So, for all of those that were on, I appreciate you, and hope you have a good weekend, and we will